Hello and welcome to the Sped Space podcast. I'm your host, Nick Coletti. Good to be here. My apologies, this is coming out late. I got slammed this week. It's very clear that the schools are starting back up because I am getting a lot of calls. So it's good to be back. Good to be here. I just wanted to hop on here quick today. Get something out of there in the name of consistency and getting out podcasts on a regular basis. So my apologies for this coming late. I am excited to announce, or not, I guess not announce, but I was featured in an article in Parents Magazine, so that's pretty cool. The article is "Your Child Might Qualify for a 504 Plan. Here's what it does and how it differs from an IEP," which is pretty cool. Never thought I'd get featured for a 504 plan before an IEP, but hey, we're getting there. I am, trying to find some different avenues to get the word out there. So if for some reason you're here because of that article, welcome. I usually do a longer episode and talk about things, but it's been a crazy day, crazy week. So one thing that I have seen coming up that I just wanted to talk to you guys about and give you a heads up is filing complaints. I just filed one today. I'm working on filing another one this week for another issue. And, why would you file a complaint? What does it do? Etc. I'll go into a much deeper dive on this, and if you need help filing one, you can reach out to me, or you can join our school community, the Sped Space community on School, SKOOL, and that has a plethora of coursework and other things that you can work on to better your understanding of special education advocacy and special education process for your own child, as well as going over documents. We do that every Wednesday as of right now. But we go over special education documents, like real live documents, and learn the special education process through the documents. I don't think anybody else is doing that with like real documents out there. So definitely take advantage. But a complaint. The way so when you have an issue with the district and you've met and you are butting heads and you can't get a resolution, there are a few different avenues you can take, but the main two ones are filing a complaint with the appropriate special education bureau or department or whatever with the state. So it might be the Bureau of Special Education, the Department of Special Education or Education, whatever. You have to figure out what it is for your state, or filing due process. There are two very different things. The way I like to break it down to make it simple, the way I understand it, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, but the way I understand it is a complaint is for issues or violations of IDEA, of the IEP, that are more technical in practice, or something the district didn't do. Like they said that they were going to provide X amount of minutes. They said they're going to provide an hour a week, and they only provided 15 minutes over a long period of time. Like if it just happens 1 week, it's like, okay, well, you get it fixed. But let's say they were supposed to be doing an hour for 4 months, and they accidentally wrote 15 minutes in the IEP, or just didn't do an hour and only did 15 minutes for 4 months. That's a big problem. First step is obviously consulting with the school. If you hit a brick wall with them, you then file a complaint. That would be more of a complaint. Due process is when if you're looking at the same thing and you're having a disagreement about what should happen. So this is not the best example, but literally we're both looking at the sky. I'm saying it's blue. You're saying it's red. We're both looking at the same sky, but we're coming up with very different interpretations. That's not the best example because we know the sky's obviously red. No, I'm just kidding. We know the sky's blue, so that's not the best. But it's more like you think Michael Jordan is the GOAT of basketball, and I think Kobe Bryant's the GOAT of basketball. Something along those lines, right? Like we're looking at the same kind of set of data and coming up with different conclusions. A complaint is something that you can file. I can file. I filed them many times, and you're basically you're saying what the violation is. So like, where in the law are they violating the IEP or your rights or whatever it is? What are the facts? So the state can review the facts. And what do you think should be done to resolve the issue? And that's it. And the state reviews it, and it depends on how many days. The states I filed complaints in have been New York and Connecticut. so far. They're both 60 days. So, it's not a quick turnaround. It's not a forever turnaround, but it's not a quick turnaround. And they'll decide if the district is violating or not. That's what it comes back at is the district violating your or your child's rights or not. Due process is a legal proceeding, and that's a lot more in depth. And you can technically represent yourself, but a lawyer is involved with that. So I don't have a lot of experience with that yet. Getting some cases that I'm getting involved with, but I haven't gone the whole way through like mediation and actually gone to I don't even know if it's called a trial or what. Like it's genuinely, I don't know that much about it, but though that's a little bit of a, outside my lane, outside my scope. So a complaint. I try not to file complaints unless I have to. And basically, I file complaints when the communication is just broken down completely. So I'm not saying you should always file a complaint, but if you're hitting a brick wall, file a complaint and then keep going. Because if you hit a brick wall, at least there is a clock ticking in the background that they have to get something done within 60 days or they're going to be found in violation or something. Right. And then you could always say, hey, you delayed for so long. The district found you in violation. Now you owe me compensatory services. You owe me some back pay, if you will. So, you should have that, but keep going. Like we're filing I want to be careful, but I'm filing a violation. I'm filing a complaint right now about something that's happening currently. And we need to get this resolved now. But we need to put some kind of pressure on the district to get it done. So we're filing a complaint. Hopefully this will get them into gear to do what they need to do because it's really not that big of a deal what we're asking. We just need to move along and they're not moving along. So it's good in the sense of like getting things moving. It's also good to help other people out because if a district keeps getting found in violation of the same thing over and over again, the state hypothetically and hopefully will eventually really come down on them. And I don't know what that looks like, but it's probably not good to keep making the same mistake over and over again. So that's to help you out in the future and also help other families out. So I would highly recommend, if you're hitting a brick wall and you're really trying to work with the district and they're just not responding to you or, they're respectfully telling you to go kick rocks, file a complaint. It's not super complicated. It doesn't take too long. I filled one out and, I do this, so it doesn't take me long, but it took me 20 minutes. I put all the facts together, filled it out, sent it out, done. So it's, it's different state by state. Connecticut, for example, I can submit them electronically. New York, they have to be submitted in the mail, which is super annoying. New York, what are you doing? Come on, please make it electronic. But yeah, it's something to check out. So guys, like I said, I'm keeping it short today. Some exciting news. I did get some new, obviously not yet, but I got some new lighting and cameras and whatnot for the video recording. I know you might be listening to this on Spotify, so you're not seeing anything, but if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm looking to kind of upgrade my video quality. That's mainly for the school community as well. So please go check that out on School, SKOOL, the Sped Space community. If you would like a 60-day IEP calendar, it's good for any time of the year for any parent that has a child with an IEP. Go check out my website, www.greenwichseadvocates.com/resources. And you can get that. There's a free download. You can also sign up for my newsletter there, the Sped Space newsletter, and stay on top of up-to-date information, little tidbits here and there. And yeah, that's what I got going on. So keeping it short, keeping it sweet. Like, subscribe, follow us, do what you got to do. And I'll see you guys next week.